Hey guys, Brendan with Step Rock Media back again. I just had to jump in front of the camera to do a quick video about what is the future of graphic design. The reason I got to thinking about this is because I was watching a video on the internet and somebody was talking about it, and I was just wanting to shout the whole time, no, 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 no. Their point, and I'm not linking them because I'm not out to bust their chops or anything like that. I just disagree. Their point was the future of graphic design being 3D graphics and animation and AI. All right. The reason it was driving me nuts is because a bunch of people are saying, oh my gosh, I got to stop doing what I'm doing in Switch, or oh, here I am getting good at 2D and now I have to stop doing that. No, 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 no. If you think that because somebody on the internet thought some 3D graphics looked cool, that means it's the future of the industry, you got another thing coming. I've been doing graphic design for over 20 years. So in my experience, there are two different ways people do it. One is being a generalist and one is being a specialist. If you're a generalist like me, it's because you're going to be at maybe a smaller company and you like to work as just the jack of all trades in that company as it grows. I like working with startups. I like working with tech startups. I like having independent client work come in, and I do pretty much whatever pops into their heads for me to do, and it's fun. The other thing you can do is be a specialist. If you like 3D graphics, or if you like animation, or if you like doing hand-drawn lettering, there is a place for you, especially in the global economy and the gig economy, and as things get more diversified in that way, that a person can jump on the internet and look for somebody to do a specialized thing. Your niche, what you like, you can sell that. You can make a go of it. It doesn't mean you're going to be a full-timer somewhere doing that one thing, but there's a good market in the gig economy. So I think that the economy has been changing the way that people approach all businesses, including graphic design. But as far as graphic design goes, the fundamentals of it are never, ever, ever going to change. Whether a person is using hand layouts or anything, or if they're using a computer like we do, the world has changed a lot, from the hand-drawn age to a computer. But it doesn't mean that the next evolution is to say 3D world. Okay, that's a stylistic choice. And as you know, something that looks really trendy, really hot, really cool right now looks like hot garbage the next year. It looks like, oh man, that was so 2000. Well, it was hot in 2000, and now you say it looks so 2000 to say that it looks dated. It doesn't hold anymore. So to say that this is the technology or this is the style you need to go for is nonsense. The fundamentals of graphic design have more to do with spatial arrangement than anything else. I kept meaning to do a video talking about the basics of graphic design and what it really is, but here you go. In my opinion, it is using art to communicate a message in a way that the end user can receive it. So that means you're using spatial arrangement to say, big text, small text, sidebar, and create space for yourself. Choose artwork. You don't have to create all the artwork, all right? You don't have to get out with Illustrator or your pens or your paints and make all the artwork. You select artwork, you select fonts, you select colors that are either for the message or something that was already provided by the client because it's on their brand, and you need to stick to their brand and make everything fit. All right, 9 times out of 10, graphic design is about making stuff fit where there's not enough space to make it fit. And if you can give a little bit of extra and they trust you to say, hey, maybe we should emphasize this and de-emphasize that. But anyway, when you get into a project, most of the time you're just creating space for yourself to put the content that they gave and come up with some creative way to either draw attention to something or to say, this part of it wasn't as important and we can put it down in this footer over there. And that's what you're there for. So to come up and say, well, it's all about 3D or it's all about this or it's all about that is nonsense. The fundamentals of being a human being and interacting with a piece of artwork or a piece of advertising content are always going to be the same. So if you get in and you want to specialize in 3D graphics, you go for it. If that's something that you enjoy, but don't think that, oh, well, this is where the entire industry is going, and if I don't do it, then I'm out in the cold. You're not. You're really not. So do what you like, do what you enjoy, and realize that there is going to be a market. You may have to try to continue to create your own market. You may have to continue to sell yourself on a gig economy and to sell your skills in a gig economy and compete with other people. But if you were talking about something like 3D graphics, nobody is going to hire you to jump into Blender and do the next car commercial or a shoe commercial. It's a neat skill to have in your back pocket. I do 3D graphics. I enjoy it. I've been doing it for a really long time, probably from one of the earlier versions of Blender, actually. I love it. But man, there are people on the internet who blow me out of the water who've only been doing it for a couple of years. If you were going to hire somebody, you got to have a great 3D project. It doesn't matter how long I've been doing it or saying, oh my gosh, I got to learn it. Somebody else has gotten in there and they're just better than me. Okay? They're just better than me. They just have a knack for it, a talent, and they take to it like a duck to water. So find out what you're good at and continue to work on that. And if you are in a smaller market, or if you want to be that jack of all trades, which is, like I said, what I enjoy doing, then be open to being pretty good at a lot of stuff and really good at a few things, but to realize that you're always going to get your butt kicked when it comes to a specialist who is just really a rock star at that one thing. You might be that rock star. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough. I'm just doing this video to encourage you about your future if you're into graphic design, and to say don't freak out if somebody says, well, you got to do this and you got to do that, because I've been hearing for decades that paper is dead. Okay, paper is dead. But if you send somebody today, because there's so much email, if you send somebody a handwritten card, oh my gosh, that blows them out of the water. It used to be that's all anybody ever did, handwritten notes. Nobody does it anymore, so now all of a sudden what's old is new again. Okay? It all comes back around. So don't think that you've got the trend and you know what the next hot thing is, because you probably don't. But I sure don't. But you continue doing you. And if you do need graphic design help from an expert, give us a shout and maybe we'll be able to work together. But for everybody else out there, stay awesome and have a great day. And stop worrying so much. Life has been stressful, hasn't it? So stop worrying. Stop worrying. Get some oxygen. It's all good. We're all in this together, people. Bye now.